My name's Carl Dulke, and I'm the designer behind Project Icarus. This is a resource gathering spaceship management game. For 1 to 4 players, I'm going to do a 1-player run through, which is virtually identical to a 2 to 4 player run through, just without the extra players. The only difference is how many supernova event cards that we put in the drill deck. We also need to remove the slingshot maneuver cards from the shop deck. Okay, so I'm going to basically run you through this game board, show you what everything is, and then I'm going to show you the ships, and that's pretty much it. Then we'll kind of dive right in. Okay, so you'll notice that we have 3 different orbits. These orbits do different things. The first thing is you'll see that green planets comprise the outer orbit completely. The middle orbit has a mix of green and red, and then the inner orbit is comprised of yellow and red. Green planets give you green resources, red planets give you red resources, and yellow planets give you yellow resources. And there's a really handy reference up here that shows you, saying that you get the type of resource for the type of planet, how many times you can drill. So on a green planet, you can drill 3 times because the ground is soft, so you can actually drill faster, which is really good. And because the ground is so soft, it takes less strain on your drill. So your drill integrity points decrease only 1 time for every time you drill. You don't have to drill the total amount here. You can drill up to that amount. So it could be between 1 to 3 drill integrity points you lose for the amount of times you drill. On a green planet, you will get a 100% success rate. The green resources are abundant. And because of that, they're not worth as much. Which is why they're 100% of the time you're going to get green resources. But they're not worth a lot. Then you have your red resources. You can drill 2 times on a red planet, and it costs 2 drill integrity every time you drill. These are worth a little bit more than a green. Still not as much as yellow, but there is a 75% success rate on getting red resources from red planets. And then you have yellow, which you can only drill once. It takes down your drill by 3 integrity points, and this is the most valuable resource. It's actually worth quite a lot, and there's a 50% success rate that you're actually going to 50% chance that you're actually going to get that. This is included on a player reference card, you can see here, and it also talks about drilling deeper. And so we'll just quickly talk about that now. So when you drill deeper, you ignore and discard the current drill card, you draw a replacement card, and decrease your drill integrity by an additional 1 for a red planet or an additional 2 for a yellow planet. You can only do this 1 time per drill attempt. Okay, so looking at here at this card, you'll see that for the yellow planet, let's just say we went there, and this is a great time to drill deeper because you look at it going, okay, well, you may have full drill integrity, you have the 10, so you look at that going, okay, well, I want to drill, and you get a 0. You're like, oh, that sucks. Well, I want to drill deeper. So you've paid your 3 points already, you just pay an additional 2, so you have a total of 5 points lost for this drill attempt because you're just drilling 1 deeper. If you still get a 0, well, that's not fun, but I mean, that's the cost of trying to drill for yellow resources because they are harder to come by and also is in a more dangerous area. Something I should clarify now, when you draw a supernova card, and you have to deal with the supernova card, and I'll go through that shortly, you can drill deeper, that's fine, but you don't disregard the other one. You would just disregard the resources gained from it. The supernova tracker still advances, and we'll talk about that shortly. And I think that's about it for the planets in regards to what resources and what you get for drilling. The drill deck is down here, and here are the supernova cards, so you can see that you move the supernova tractor forward 1 space. That's not fun. So in a 1-player game, we're actually going to take 4. Okay, there are 6 cards here. We're going to take 4, and I'm just going to flip it over and shuffle them in. There we go. And you can see it'll be on the setup. Most of this is set up already. This was made more for the tabletop version versus the tabletop simulator version. And you can see here that they're at the bottom of the page. You say there's 4 supernova cards for a 1-player game, 3 supernova cards for a 2-player game, and 3 to 4 players will require the 2 supernova cards. And the reason why there are different amounts is because in a 3 to 4 player game, you're going to be going through the drill deck a whole lot faster. So you're going to get those supernova cards a lot more often before your next turn, especially if people are drilling deeper. Whereas in a single player game, you're going to go through it a whole lot less. So it creates the same intensity, same feeling of intensity. So that's important. That was important to me. So this way it wasn't a whole lot easier to play a single player game than playing a 3, 4, or even a 2-player game. That is that, and now we're going to be looking at the ships. You'll also notice, sorry, that there are space stations. And we'll zoom in on one just to kind of show you what it looks like. This is the nice space station. On the space station, you're able to actually go ahead and do a number of things. So yeah, I guess we'll look at this before we look at our ships. We can fix our drill or charge our shield for 1 green resource per point. So we just spend 1, and we get 1 point of either or, and you can actually spend 5 and then split it up. Okay, 3 on my drill and 2 on my shield, vice versa, or whatever you want, or all on 1 or none. Upgrade your engines. You can do this once per turn. It's on the player reference card on the other side. It says that you can spend 1 resource to upgrade your engines once per turn. That's it. That will allow you to move more spaces on your turn. And then you have convert your resources. And here's the conversion. Once again, it's also on the player reference card. You'll see that you can trade up or exchange your way up from 7 green resources will make 1 red resource, and 5 red resources make 1 yellow resource. But if you go the other way, it's 1 yellow resource becomes 3 red, and 1 red becomes 5 green. So make sure you're actually transferring it in a way that benefits you, and also that you're not going to be exchanging, oh, well, I have 18 green resources, and I want to then convert that into 2 reds, so I have, I think that would be 14, so then I would have 4 green left over, and then you have to go and spend money to fix your drill. And then you may have to then exchange one of the red ones back down, so you've lost 2 green resources, if that makes sense. So there's a bit of a little micro economy in here. You can purchase shop cards, which are here, and I'll just shuffle this. Once again, if we draw the slingshot maneuver like this, we'll just kind of put that out. I'll just rotate that. There we go. There, perfect. We have 3 different ones. We have the temporary patch. In the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see some resources. That's how much the card costs. You pay it right away, and then you can keep it. You can keep up to 3 shop cards at any time, and then once you use them, you discard. So here's the temporary patch. Restores your shield or your drill by 5 points. You cannot split the difference. You can't go 3 to 1, 2 to the other. It's one or the other. Discard after use. And the benefit of doing this, compared to just doing it at one of these space stations, is the fact you can do this anywhere. You could be on another planet. So, I mean, let's just say you're trying to drill here on this yellow planet, and you drill once, but you want to drill deeper, but you can't. So what you could actually do is you could actually spend this at any time and say, okay, well, I'm going to take 5 more drill integrity, so then you can drill deeper, and maybe that saves you the game or something like that. Backup power, it basically maxes out your shield. No matter where it is, you can spend it. And once again, it costs. This one could cost a little more depending on when you use it, because it costs 2 red resources. And if you went 2 red resources down to green resources, that would equal 10. And so it would max it out anyways. But the benefit is you can use it anywhere, on other planets or anything like this. And enhanced scanner, draw 3 drilling cards, choose 1, and put the others face down in any order you choose. So that's pretty fantastic. It does cost 2, but I mean, once again, this way you're not going, okay, I'm going to drill. Oh, now I'm going to drill deeper. Oh, it's not that. And then the next card is something you wanted. So that's a really nice card to get. Okay, so now we're going to look at the ship. Everyone gets their ship. This is your hyperspace vector number. So this is where you enter into the system. So I'm on 3. There. And this game in Tabletop Simulator is actually set up so 2 is here. So, and then wherever corner you're on, 4 is here, and then 1 is there. You can choose any of the colors you want. Yeah, I'll be blue because I want to be blue. I'm going to take the other ones off the board. There. These are custom model. They're actually modeled after the Game Crafter. This is going to be a Game Crafter game. That's my plan. And Lord willing, we'll go through. But these are the very similar ships, the ones that will actually be provided with the Game Crafter edition of the game. And that was important to me because of some functionality that I want to show later. Anyways, here's your ship. That's your hyperspace vector number. That's the one where you enter, and that's also where you have to exit. So at the end of the game, when you have your goal, and I'll show you the goal very shortly, that's the number you have to get to. So I have to get back here. I can't go to any other one. I have to go to that one. This shows you where. What you have to do, you get to move, you get to perform actions, whether you're drilling or going on a space station, and you can move again afterwards. So you don't have to move everything, move up to that amount. Let's just say I have 3, So I move to 1, get to a space station. Well, I can keep moving. That's not the end of my turn. I can keep going. And then after I'm done everything, I go and I decrease my shield. So at the end of my turn, wherever my ship ends up, I lose shield integrity points. So I'm going to lose 1 shield integrity point, or 1 shield charge, if I'm on the outer orbit at the end of my turn. If I'm on this one, on the middle orbit, I lose 2 shield charge points at the end of my turn. If I'm on the inner orbit, I would lose 3 shield charge points at the end of my turn. So the closer you get to the sun, the more damage it does to your shield. And that's where you can actually go to space stations and bring that up, because you could be down here and your drill could be here, and you could have, I don't know, 11 resources, and then you go, okay, well, I want to max this out. Well, I have 3, so I need to pay 7. So I'm now at 4 there. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just take that down to 0, and now I'm back up. So these trackers, this one measures your shield, red will be your drill, and green is your engine. And your engine cannot go above 5 or below 3. You're going to be moving that. That's how many spaces you get to move on your turn, okay? By default, everyone gets to move 3. And then here's your resource trackers. So for your green resources, red resources, and yellow resources. You'll see that you can only fit so many of each type, and that's intentional because each resource requires a different containment procedure. And so with green being the most abundant, you're able to actually get more green resources, which can actually factor into your strategy when you play. And then the other 2 are equal, but yellow resources, you're probably never going to get up to 10. It's actually really, really, really difficult. But there is a goal card that requires 8 yellow resources. So that's about it. Yeah, there's the player reference cards for you to know where to drill and what you get and how many times and drilling deeper, and then your space station actions, what can you do there, and then on your player board, specifically on your ship, it tells you your turn. So there's that, and by the end of every round, so once everyone's had a turn, you advance the supernova tracker by 1 point. This is really important because this is the in-game timer. This is, by the time we get to 20, the sun has gone supernova, okay? And you lose. But if you'll notice that here at 9 to 14, you lose 1 more additional shield point, and if you're at 15 to 19, you lose 2 additional shield points. That means that if I'm now, let's just say I was on, let's say 14, right? On the inner orbit, at the end of my turn, I would lose 4 shield charge points instead of 3. And then this would be 3 shield charge points instead of 2, and then 2 instead of 1. Now, the next turn comes, or the next round comes, and now we're on 15. Well, now this is going to cost me 5 shield points, and then 4 shield points, and 3 shield points. It's becoming more and more dangerous, so you want to complete the goal as soon as you can, rather than just kind of dilly-dallying around. Dilly-dallying, I guess that's the term people use. And how many there? We already put those in there. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to put this back to 0, and every time you draw a supernova card, it advances by 1. So it's possible for this to advance. I would say you have to 5 in 1 turn, in a single player turn, because you could draw all 4 supernova cards as you're drilling on a green planet. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. Sorry, one last thing about drilling deeper, you can't do it on green planets. And if you have a supernova card, you can drill deeper, but you don't ignore the supernova card, you just would ignore whatever previous resources you get. I'm going to shuffle that, and we're going to start. We're going to choose a goal. There are 11 different goals in 7 different difficulties, ranging from beginner to impossible. I am going to show you the easy one. This is typically the goal I play when I introduce people to the game. This is one of the easiest ones. There are easier ones, such as 1 yellow. That one, this is the easiest. 2 reds is very easy. You'll be done very soon after. And here is impossible. This is, quite frankly, impossible. I have not gotten this. There we go. We're just going to flip this over. We're doing this easy one where we need 1 green, 1 red, and 1 yellow. Okay. So I am blue. I'm starting on 3, and also music. There's also music here. So we can actually play with music. Very thematic. Okay, let's play. And just so you know, knowing that, saying, okay, well, I need these 3. Remember, you can go to a yellow planet, try to get there as soon as possible, and try to get 2 yellow resources, because at any space station, like here, you can basically use the conversion rate of 1 yellow becomes 3 red. So then you get 3 red, and then you can do 1 red to 5 green, and then all of a sudden you have 1 yellow, 2 red, and 5 green, and you've already won. Or you can stay on the outer edge and get all these yellows and then trade up. Or you can go in the middle and try to get, like, basically trade down for your green, but also trade up for your yellow. So, I mean, there are different ways of going about it, whichever way you want. Like I said, the green, there's more abundant resources, red, a little less, and then yellow, the least. So, know that, you can be the slow and steady, or you can be the fastest and try to get that way. Okay, so that's it. So we're going for a green, a red, and a yellow. Let's see, where should we go? I'm actually going to turn this off here. So let's see, I'm going to move 3 spaces. So I'm going to move 1, 2, and I'm going to drill. So this is my thing. So I'm going to take it down 1, and I'm going to drill a card. So I get 3 green resources for that one. That's pretty good. I'm going to drill again, because I want red. Oh, see, supernova. I still have to pay my drill integrity point. I'm going to do it one more last time for that one. That counts as one of my things, and I have to pay the drill integrity. So this is my last one, and I get to go up 5. So I'm going to go to 8. So that was 1, 2, and I'm going to land here. And just go here, because I like it when I can face the arrows. And I'm going to spend 1, 2. You know what? No, I'm going to be a little crazy. I'm going to exchange 7 green resources for 1 red. So now I'm down to 1. I get this, and I'm going to spend 1, bring this up to 8, and I'm going to spend this 1, bring this up to 4. So next turn, I actually get to move 4. So that's my turn. I finished. I have to take my shield down. Remember, I lose 1 point plus additional sun damage because I'm on the outer ring, and there is no additional damage, so it's just taking it down 1. There we go. Okay, and now we advance this by 1. Even though it moved 1 during my turn, we still have to move it another 1. Okay, so right now I have 0 resources, but my engines have been upgraded, and I'm ready to go into the middle orbit. Okay, so I'm going to move here 1. See, I want to go this way because I would get to go into the inner orbit faster, but I have no resources. I'll stay on here. So that was 1, 2. I'll drill once. Let's see. Supernova tractor. Shoot. And even though I'm on the middle orbit, I'm still on a green planet. So I would still get green resources, and it still only costs 1. So this doesn't matter where the planet is, it's just the type of planet. So I've paid 1 more. I'm going to... Yeah, so I get 4. Sorry, 4 here. And I'm going to spend 1 more because I'm crazy. And I get 6. Oh, yes, I'm at 10. Good. Okay, so that was 1, 2. I'm going to go 3, and I am actually going to spend 2 drill integrity points. Remember, it costs 2 to drill on a red planet, but I get 0. See, now this is where it sucks. So I get 0 because remember, it's a 75% success rate. So I look at this, and it's 0 for red. So I go, okay, I'm going to actually drill deeper. And remember, you can do it on a red or a yellow planet, but it costs you 1 additional not shield point, 1 additional drill integrity point on a red planet or 2 on a yellow. So I'm going to take it down 1 more. And this is my replacement, which is still a 0. Okay. And then I'm going to minimize this again and take my second drill. Oops. Because remember, drilling deeper doesn't cost us a drill attempt. So I get 2. Oh, that was worth it. That was worth it. Okay. So I'm here. I am now at 0 drill, so I can't actually drill. And this is my last movement there. So I'm at 4. I'm actually going to... You know what? I'm going to use all 10. And I am going to max this out to 10. So we're going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so we've maxed that out. And I'm going to keep my red resources for now. I kind of want to max this out, but I don't. You know what? I am going to purchase the shop card for 1. There we go. See if we can get there. So So that's good. I have my 1, which is good. I'm going to leave it there. And that was my last move. And I'm on the inner orbit, so I go down 2. So now I'm at 7. And this advances to 4. So it's advancing. We're getting closer. Okay, let's see. My next turn, I'm going to want to get into the inner orbit. I want to get my yellow that way. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to drill. So let's see what I get. So I'm going to take mine down 2, take this one. I do get 1. I'm content with that. Even if you get 1, you still drill deeper if you're not happy with that, but you will lose that 1. So if you have 1 and the next one is 0, you would lose it. So I'm going to go down to 6 because I'm drilling my second time. See, if I would have drilled deeper, I would have lost it. I'm going to actually drill deeper on this one, and I get a 1. So that's fantastic. Okay, so now I have 3 red, and what's the resource transfer? I need 5 red to get a yellow. So yeah, I'm still going to go down and attempt to get a yellow. So that was 1, 2, so 3. Oops. I don't know why I just like facing the arrows. It's fun. 3. I'm going to take this down and get 5 green resources. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to actually just spend all 5. And I'm going to go up 2 and go up 3. There we go. So that was my 3rd movement, and then my 4th movement. Was that 1, 2, 3? Yeah, and then my 4th one is going to be going down here. So I'm now going down 1, 2, 3. So now it's 6. And this advances to 5. So now, on my turn, I'm going to go here. So this is going to be my quick exit, is coming out this way, which is why I want to go this way. I'm going to attempt to drill. So I go 1, 2, 3. Remember, on a yellow planet, it costs you 3 drill integrity points to drill. You only get to do it once. So I have a 0, which sucks. Normally I'd have to wait till my next turn. Well, what I can actually do is I can drill deeper. It costs me 2 drill integrity points to drill deeper. Still a 0. Ah! Okay, so I'm almost out of drill integrity points. 1, but you'll see something cool. So I went 1. Now I can move here, and I'm going to spend a red. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to spend a red. I'm going to spend this. Oh, and I should have done that. I think that we had an enhanced scanner already. I'm not going to use my red. I'm going to use my temporary patch, which will put me up to 8 on there. So that was my 1, 2, and now I can actually do a U-turn. Go 3. So this is my 3rd. I'm going to drill again for 1, 2, 3. Supernova card. Oh, you're kidding. I'm going to drill deeper. So I'm back down to 3. Yes, I got my 1. Okay, that's all I needed, though. That's all I needed. Okay. So I had 1, 2, 3, and now my last turn, I'm actually going to turn around and land here. And I am going to decrease that, go to 5. So I don't need to drill anymore because now you'll see that I actually have the goal where it's 1 green, 1 red, 1 yellow. And I have 5 green, 1 red, and 1 yellow. I still need to get back to the hyperspace vector of 3, which is on my player board, so I need to match that. So I don't need to drill anymore, so I'm not going to waste any more time drilling. But I am going to go down to 1. So I went to 5 to 1, so I get to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to max out my shield, because I have to end my turn here because I could only move 4 spaces, and I moved from here to 1, 2, 3, 4. So my turn is done. I go down 3 shield points, and this advances 1. So right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to actually get out of here before too much damage is done to me. Okay, so now it's my turn again. And I am going to move 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And go this way. I take down 1 shield point because I'm finished my turn on the outer orbit. And I move this up to 8. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and this is where rocket thrusters would actually help, because I go down 1. I would have made it by that point, and now I'm on 9. Okay, so 9. So If at the end of this turn I didn't make it back to the hyperspace vector, which I am on my first move, so 1, and then I move out because I trade in my 1, my 1, and my 1. So I have the 1. I matched the goal, and I got to leave. But if I wasn't in there at this point, I would have actually lost 2 points for my shield for staying on the outer orbit, and then 3 on the middle, and then 4 on the inner. So it becomes more and more complicated, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's Project Icarus. I hope you enjoy it. You can download for free from my website at games.carljulke.com/Icarus. You can also download it for free on Tabletop Simulator.